Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs. And today we're going to be making this Easter bunny. And instead of gray, I'm going to be making him pink. Brown. And I am going to need a little bit of pink for the ears and nose. Okay. Almost forgot about that. Trying to get all my colors together. So it looks like I'm going to be using brown instead of gray. But you could do gray. Got pink for the ears and nose, and black for the eyes, and white for the eyes and the mouth. Black for the mouth. And then blue and green. I'm going to do a darker blue and a dark green. So we're going to start with our green. Oh, I'm going to turn this around so we can see the words. That might help. Alright. And I also need my J-hook. Yeah, we're going to start with our green. What am I got? The blue over here for it. Alright. Alright, so we're going to start with the green. Looking like you can see this green. I'm hoping you can see this. Alright. So we're going to start with a slip knot and a chain 2. So 1 and 2. And then we're going to, in the second chain from the hook, we're going to put a single crochet. And 2 doubles. And as you can see, Pumpkin is laying over there beside me. Alright, and now this is row 1. So this, a single crochet and 2 doubles, is, if you've been doing these diamonds with me, you already know that this is a falling leaf stitch, and that is 1 square. First row is done. Chain 2 and turn. So in the second chain from the hook again, we're going to do this again, just like we did before. Let me get my needle in there. We are going to put the single crochet and 2 doubles in there. And then you're going to skip the next 2, and in the third stitch over, you're going to put the falling leaf stitch in there again, and that one. So then you'll have 2 squares done. And the second row done. So there's 1, 2. Alright, so now row 3 is we're going to chain 2 and turn. And we are still doing, alright. So we need to, in the second chain from the hook again, you'll be doing this every row, the beginning of every row. Chaining 2 and working in the second chain from the hook. So I don't have to keep saying that. Alright, so there's 1, and then skipping 2, and in the third one. And the third stitch is always a single crochet, and you'll always be working in single crochets unless you're working in a chain 2. And then this last stitch over here, we're going to put the third square in as soon as I get to the stitch. There we go. Alright, and this is the third row, and we have 3 squares. Alright, so chain 2 and turn for row 4. Blue comes in on this, so we're going to do their first square here in the second chain. And then we need to switch to blue. And now how I did that is, let me show you what I did. So we're going to make this the second double in that falling leaf stitch, and we're just going to go through the first 2. Instead of finishing that out, we're going to finish it out with the other color that I need, which is this blue. There we go. And make sure that you make your tail long enough so we can tie it in. Alright, so now we need 2 blue, and we're going to carry our green with us because we need it at the other end. So there's 1. And 2. Alright, and that blue goes over there. Come back to the green. And we're going to put the green in the last stitch. So it's green and 2 blues and a green is what we're doing. Alright, so this gets interesting. So row 5, we're going to chain 2 and turn. I'm going to leave that down. And again, we're going to start in the second chain from the hook. And this row is 5 green. So we've got to do 5 green squares. Alright, so there's 1. Two. And now when we come over here to this blue, we need to carry this blue up with us because we are going to need that for the next row. So there's 3. And 4. Now we're going to leave this blue here because we've got it in the right spot where we want it for next row. And then we're putting the 5th one in this last stitch, and then that's what it should look like here. What our diamond looks like right now. Okay. Now that we've got 5 done, though, I want to cross those off. Before I go any further. And I'm going to chain 2 and turn for row 6. And we're going to do our single and our 2 doubles. And now, I don't want to finish that because now I need to bring the blue back up. And so this row 6 is 1 green and 4 blue and 1 green. Come on. Now I'm carrying this blue with, this green with me. So there's 3, and I need 1 more blue before I switch back over to the green. And now we're going to put the green in this last stitch. And that is what row 6 looks like. Alright, so row 7, chain 2 and turn. And we're going to start our first one in the second chain, as we usually do. And then we need to switch over to blue. Make sure we carry our green with us. Now, we've got that first green in there. Now we need 2 blue. And then a green. Go back to the green. And then 2 blue. And then let's switch. Well, this blue goes that way. Switch back over to the green for the last stitch. And that's what it looks like. Okay, so we've got 6 and 7 done. So let's cross those off. And now row 8. Alright. So row 8, chain 2 and turn. So we've got the first one, and now we just need 6 blue across. Wait a minute. I didn't do that right. I have to bring that here. There we go. So we're going to carry this green with us. And now I need 6 blue. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. Alright, so now we need the last one to be green. And there we go. Alright, and that's what row 8 looks like. Row 9, chain 2 and turn. And we just start out with our green like we always do. And then switch over to blue. Yeah, but I keep forgetting I gotta pull that green forward, or else these will start getting mixed up together, and I don't want that to happen. Alright. So now row 9 is it's 1 green, 7 blue, and 1 green. Finish up this one first before we go any further. So there's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. And 7. And then we've got the green. and this last stitch to do. Row 10, chain 2 and turn. And it's the same thing, except for we're going to be doing 1 green, 8 blue, and 1 green in row 10. And you will have 10 squares for this row as well, all together. Whoop, what did we do? There. All right. All right, so there's 3. Four, 5, 6, 7, and here is 8. And then we're going to switch over to green and make that last 1 green. And that is 10 rows done right there. Well, looking good so far. All right. So we're going to mark those other 3 rows off, and then go to row 11. All right. So row 11 is chain 2 and turn. And we're going to start this in the second chain from the hook. Alright, and then switch over to blue. Now we need 8 blue. Just right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this is 8. And now the last 2 will be green. And I'm just going to leave that there. There it is. Alright, and there's row 11. And row 12, chain 2 and turn. Starting in the second chain from the hook. And then we need to bring in the blue. And now I need 9 blue and 2 green at the end. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then back to green. I'm going to put 2 green here at the end. And there's what that looks like. Alright, so that is 12 rows. And let's mark them off. Go to 13. So chain 2 and turn. And we're going to start our first green one in the second chain from the hook. There we go. Alright, and now we need to bring the blue up. And the bunny gets started in this row. Alright. So now I need 5 blue. There goes my clock. So there's 2, 3, too many doubles in that one. I thought that looked weird. There's 4. And 5. And now we need the brown. Well, it says gray, but I'm using brown for the bunny. And then we're going to carry this, yeah, the blue and the green. Now I need 3 of this brown. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And now we need to go to blue. We need 1 blue. I'm going to leave this brown here, so I'm not going to carry it anymore. One blue and 3 green will finish this off. So the blue is going to stay here too. So there's 1, 2, 3. And this is the last one. And so this is what it looks like for row 13. So row 14, chain 2 and turn. And we're going to put the green in first. And then we're going to bring the blue up. And now I need 2 blue on here. So there's 1. And 2. And now we need to bring the brown up. And I am needing 5 brown. Yeah, 5. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. And this is 5. Okay. So now we're going back to blue. And we need 3 blue and 3 green should finish this up. Yes. Alright, so let's bring the blue. And then we'll leave this brown right here. So there's 1. 2. 3. Blue is going to be left here. And then we need the green. 3 green. Finish up the row. Alright, and this is what it looks like. Row 14 rows. Alright, so let's mark off 13 and 14. Row 15 is next. And we're going to chain 2 and turn and start our first square in green. Alright, and now we need to go to the blue and bring that up. So we need 5 blue. So there's 1. 2. 3, 4, 5. Alright, and now we need the brown. So let's bring the brown up. Nope, these come forward. There we go. Alright, and now we need 6 brown. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we need 3 green. So I guess we're going to leave this brown and this blue behind. And now we just need 3 green to finish this up. There you go. Alright. So there's that. Row 15's done. And you should have 15 squares at this point. Alright. Row 16. We're going to chain 2 and turn. And start our first square in green here. Alright, and now we need to bring the blue over. We need 2 blue. Next. So there's 1, 2, and We need a brown. Bring both of these forward. So we need one brown here. And it says that we need 2 black. So there's 1. And 2. And we're dealing with a little bit more colors this time. I'm going to leave that black there because I am not going to need that. No. Alright, now we're going to go back to the brown. Leaving that behind. And I need 4 brown now. What the heck? I'll put one too many stitches in there. So there's 1. Two. 3. And 4. Alright, now we're going to go to the blue, and we're leaving this brown behind. And I am going to need 2 blue. So there's 1. 2. And then we should have 4 green to finish off this row. So there's 2. 3. And here is the 4th one. And there's row 16 finished. Alright, so row 17. Chain 2 and turn. Starting our first square. And green. And then bringing up the blue. Which is right here. And we need 4 blue. No, 6 blue. I mean 6 blue. Where I'm getting 4 at. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. We need 6, don't we? I'm bound determined to do 4. Oh, goodness. There's 6. Alright, now we're going to go to brown. And we need 5 brown. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. We're going to bring up this black, because we're actually going to need it next. So I'm just going to bring that up. That way it's up there. And this is number 5 brown, right? Yes. And then I need 1 black. One black, 1 brown. And we're going to leave that black behind and bring the brown back in. And I need a brown right here. And then 2 blue and a green will finish off this row. And there we have it. So that is row 17. 18 coming up. Chain 2 and turn. And switching over to blue after our green. The first one is green. I'm going to need 3 blue next. So there's 1. Two, 3. And then we need to switch over to brown. And we need 7 brown. So we're going to, I'm moving this black up here. We are going to need it in the next row. But I am going to leave it there. Okay, I'm not going to take it any further than that. I've just moved it up because I'm going to need it in the next row. So there's 2. Three. Wait a second. I guess I'm going to take it with me. Alright, yeah, we better. We're going to need it up here. Up at this other end. So let's just take it with us up there. I had to be thinking about that. I didn't do that right. Alright, so there's 2. Three. 4. 5. And so let's leave it here. Well, let's hope that we're right on that. Alright. What did I say? That was 5. I need 2 more of these. Uh, 6. And 7. We're leaving that behind. And we need blue. So 6 blue and a green will finish off this row. So there's 2. 3. 4. 5. And that's 6. And then our green one. And there's row 18. What row 18 looks like. Row 19 is next. This row looks a little more intricate. Alright. Chain 2 and turn. And we're starting our first green square here. And then switching over to blue. And we need blue, 7 blue. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. And 7. So, switch over to brown. And we need 1 brown. And then we're going to switch over to black. And it would help if I, wait a minute. There. They need to come forward. Almost messed that up. Alright. So we need 1 black. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Alright, 1 black. And that. And a brown. These 2 need to come forward. Need the brown. don't know if this will make this better or not, but we're going to see. Uh, Alright, so far we've got a brown, black, brown. And then we need a pink. And that's where this pink comes in. Where did that go? I got a really light pink here. And we're going to try and see how this goes. Put that over there. And we're dealing with a lot of colors here. Alright. So we're putting a pink one in here. Which is the nose. And now we need to go back to brown. Well, that would help. Hang on a second. I need to start this pink first. There we go. Now I can go back to brown. Make sure you're carrying that black with you. That pink can stay right there though. We don't need that pink anymore. But carry this black with you. So now we need a brown. Alright. And now the black. So that comes forward. And back to the brown again. We're going to leave that black there. And we're putting the brown in, and now we're going to blue. And 3 blue and a green will finish off this row. Alright. That is row 19. And that's what it should look like. Row 20. We're going to chain 2 and turn. And start our square, our green square here. And then we're going to go to blue, as we normally do. Start the blue, and we need 3 of them. And then we need our brown. And we need 3 brown. Make sure we bring this black up with us because we're going to need it down later. So I'm bringing that black up on this one right here, on this 3rd brown. And now we need a pink. So all of those have to come forward. Bring the pink in. And I do believe this is the last one. I don't think we're going to need this pink anymore. I think it was just 2 squares of pink. And then, yeah, it was. Now we need to go back to the brown. So leave this pink behind. So now I need a brown right here. And then I need 2 black. So that comes forward. Black right here. We need 2 black. Alright, and back to the brown, and that black's going to stay there. And we need 1 brown. And then 7 blue and a green. should finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now we hit a green in here. There it is. And there is row 20. So we're not going to be needing that pink anymore. There's no use in having it hang on there. So we're going to cut that off. Alright. We really don't need that anymore. So we're going to... this is actually row 20 here. Forgot to tell you that. Alright. So let's mark it off. In row 21, we're going to chain 2 and turn. And then we're going to start our first green square. And then switch over to blue. And we need 8 blue. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. And this is 8. And then we're going to switch over to the brown. And Now I'm actually going to cut this black off right here too, because we're going to be needing that black later. So I'm going to cut that off too. And then we need a white next. So we need a white part in the pupil of the eye. Right here. And then we need to go back to the brown again. And we need 5 brown. So there's 1, 2. We have 2. 3. 4. And this is 5. And then we're going to switch over to blue. Yeah. All right. I'm leaving that brown behind. And now we need 4 blue and a green to finish off this row. Alright, and there's what we got so far. So it looks like our little bunny face is half done. And '21 is done. And now we need to do row 22 next. And we're going to chain 2 and turn. I am going to actually cut this white off too, because we're going to need that later on in the pattern. Alright, so starting our first green square here for 22. And then we need to go to blue. And we need 4 blue. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and now we need to switch over to brown. And we are needing 8 brown. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this is 8. And then we need to switch over to blue, and 8 blue and a green should finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then switching back to green, and we'll finish it off with the green in this last stitch. So that is row 22, and that's what it should look like. And we're getting ready for row 23. 3. So we're going to chain 2 and turn. And we're going to start our first square here, green square, and we actually are starting out with 2 green squares this row. So there's 1, 2, switching over to blue, we are needing 3 blue, one, 2, and 3. We're going to bring up this brown up all the way up here. It looks like we're starting the bunny ears in this row. So we are going to need 8 brown next. As soon as I find the stitch, it's right there. All right. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 1 more, and then we're going to go to black and put a black square in. So we're going to do the other eye. And then we're going to go back to the brown. And I'm going to leave that there because I'm not going to need that black anywhere else. And we need 3 brown now. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then we are going to switch over to blue, And we need 4 blue and 2 green to finish off this row. So there's 1. Two, 3, and 4. Now let's switch over to the green, and we need 2 of those. One, and 2. Alright, and this is what it looks like so far. Alright. Uh-oh. Just drop that all the way down there. Alright, so 23 is done. And now we need 24. Next. So we're going to chain 2 and turn. And start our first square in the first green square here. And now we need to switch to blue. So there's 1. We need 5 of these blues, by the way. I don't think I told you that. There's 2. Three. 4. 5. And now we're switching to brown. Alright, so now I need 3 brown. So there's 1. 2. 3. And now I need a black. Next. And we also need a white next after that. Alright, so this black and the white is going to stay behind, and I need my brown next. And we are needing we need eight brown. So there's one. Two. Three. Four. Five. Six. Seven. 8. And now we're going to switch the blue, and we need 4 blue and a green. We'll finish off this row. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. And a green at the end here. And that finishes off row 24. And now this is what this looks like so far. Mark that off. And row 25. We're going to chain 2 and turn for row 25. And we are going to start right here with our green. We actually need 4 of these greens. I'm going to bring up this blue. So there's 2. I'm going to carry this blue right here. Actually, I'm going to start carrying that blue there, because this will actually be better if I carry it on the second green instead of the third green. Yeah. Alright. So I need 4 greens. There's 3. And 4. Bring in the blue. We are going to need 1 blue. And then we need the brown. And we're going to need 2 brown. So there's 1. And 2. Now we're going to bring this pink back in. And I am going to need 3 pink. So there's 1. Two. And 3. And then we'll go back to brown. We'll leave that pink there. Back to the brown. Uh-oh. Are you kidding me that we didn't carry that green? I need that green. So I'm going to have to go back and get it, darn it. Sorry about that, guys. I thought I had it with me. There's so much that we're trying to carry in this one. Alright. Alright, stay here. Alright. Now I've got it. Let's do our 3 pink again. Alright, we're not going to need this pink anymore. But we do need this brown next. Well, this will be interesting. Alright, so I guess we need 1 brown. And then we need to go to blue. And we need to put a blue in here. And then we're going to go back to brown. Where in the heck? Yeah, we need 2 brown. Now while I'm right here, I'm cutting off this white because we really don't need that white anymore. So I'm going to get rid of that white. Alright, but we're going to switch over to black for the last time. Where did black go? It's up here. Okay. Oh no. And this next... How in the heck? This next color is black. And I'm just going to hide that black line whenever I sew these in. Alright, so we're going to black. Then back to brown. That over there. Yes, brown. And I do believe that's the last black one that we are going to need as well. So we are needing 3 brown now. So that was 1. This is 2. And this is 3. And now I need 3 blue and 4 green. We'll finish off this row. So let's throw that brown back there. Bring up the blue. So there's 1. 2. And 3. Bring in your green. And now we need 4 green to finish off this row. And there we go, 4 green. Alright, so this is what it looks like. It looks like we got half of a bunny ear. And we've got its face completely finished. And also, we are going to cut off this black because we are not going to need that black anymore either. So we cut that off. So this is 25, row 25. You should have 25 squares for row 25. So this is the last row before we start our decreasing on both ends to start our corners. And we're going to do that next or tomorrow and finish up this diamond tomorrow. So I hope you guys are having a lot of fun making this Easter bunny with me, and I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye-bye now.